Hi.
Have we started, have we?
Yes, you're on the clock.
Chloe says so. G'day, everybody. Welcome to another Up Late video with Glenn and Chloe. I'd be Glenn.
And I'm Chloe.
Yay! We are from the Good Movie Monday podcast, and you can catch that every week wherever you get your podcast from. Chloe comes to us from Movie Night with the Richie Girls podcast, which I loved your little throwaway comment on the show this week. Went into like a 6-week rest 9 months ago.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say something about it because we went into a 6, we're going to dwindle between 6 and 8 weeks, just a hiatus, just to give ourselves a little bit of a break. And that was about 9 months ago. So right on track.
Well, at least you've had this stuff to keep you going.
Yeah, that's true. It's just been, we only have the one set of recording equipment. So
yeah,
I couldn't go to her house. She couldn't come to my house. So it just we just left it for a little bit. So now that we're all unlocked, we're going to get back into it.
Fantastic. I can't wait. And everybody else should go and like your page on Facebook and wherever else your pages are. Your segment on our show was a banger this week. That's one of your best. Loved it.
You reckon?
Yeah, I do. I do.
I surprisingly really liked that movie. I'm going to be completely honest with you. And when you told me what the theme was for that week, I was kind of like, oh no, I'm really going to struggle. And you suggested this movie and I watched it and oh my God, I loved it.
I know, it's so good.
It was really surprising.
I was telling Ben, it might have even been on the show, that like I watched it again after I'd recommended it to you because it like put me right in the mood. So I just put it on, and halfway through it, particularly during the Kid Cudi song when it's like party mode and like the dog's getting wasted and getting bounced on the trampoline, I'm thinking to myself, this might be the greatest found footage film ever made. Like it is that good. I just get that into it every time.
I love that it's a found footage film that isn't a horror movie.
I know.
Because as soon as you said it, I'm just like, oh no, I'm gonna have to watch a horror movie. Oh man. But yeah, when I kind of looked at what the premise was, I got really excited. So it was a good recommendation. I mean, really, good one.
For people watching, have we even mentioned that it was Project X?
Project X, yes, Project X.
Go. Bam. Recommendation. There you go.
I love it because it's your everyday sort of high school rager story.
Yeah,
just flipped, and it just makes it so new. And even my friend who she's not a huge movie person, she asked me what we were doing for this week, and I told her, I'm like, you need to watch this, you would really enjoy it. And she's going to go ahead and watch it. So the recommendations just keep flowing.
That's what we're all about, isn't it? Just recommending and sharing the love of movies.
It's the best feeling in the world because if I feel like I love something and connect to it and I can get someone else to connect to it, then that gives us a special connection as well. So I love it.
Yeah. Our TikTok videos, in particular the Up Late ones, have been gaining some traction lately. We're getting some good views on those. Yeah, they must just love us.
It's a good dynamic we have. I tell you what, some of the shit that comes out of our mouths some days, it's a surprise. Yeah.
So what's your great TikTok moment going to be on this video?
Let's just wait. It'll come. It'll come. I'll swear or snort or something will happen.
Yeah, you can always rely on a good snort.
Yeah, I'm a snorter.
Have you been keeping tabs on stuff going on in movie news lately?
A little bit. Not mainly stuff that I've been interested in though. So like the thing that I saw recently, and I'm not sure if this is a movie or a TV series. I haven't delved into it because I just couldn't care less. It's the Sex and the City. What's the Sex and this? Is it a new movie? Is that a new series?
New series. It's like a sequel series, and it's only got 3 of the original girls, and it's their story. I believe it's an event series, maybe like 6 episodes or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Once again, I don't pay much attention to the television world. I watch television, but I'm not all over it like I am movies.
Yeah, I'm a fan of both, to be honest with you, but
I know
Sex and the City is just like, come on,
flogging a dead horse.
Yeah, pretty
which
much.
Is funny when you consider it's Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh God. No. Oh, that's so funny. I shouldn't be laughing. Oh, Jesus. Yes. Yeah, no, she's a very talented person, so I don't see why she needs to be doing this, but it could be riding off the back of the new Hocus Pocus movie as well. So kind of giving her a little bit of a comeback.
Everything's retro and revival right now, so makes sense.
Yeah, yep.
Speaking of retro and revival, I was reading that Halle Berry would like to direct a reboot of her Catwoman movie.
I actually did hear that too.
And like, what I love about her Catwoman movie is that it won the Razzie Award for Worst Actress, probably Worst Film as well, and she rocked up to accept it. And that's awesome.
She's pretty badass.
She is. This is interesting. I mean, obviously, superhero movies are done so much differently now that I'm guessing she would approach it a lot differently. Like, she would make it more in line with the DC
kick
stuff
ass too. Yeah.
Yeah, she probably would. What did you think of her Catwoman movie from 2004?
I don't remember a whole lot of it. I remember it being a little bit cheesy and not sort of in weird. My taste. Yeah. I'm not a huge, like I said, I'm not a huge DC sort of person. I lean more Marvel way.
Yeah. The interesting thing is, back in those particular days, DC were kicking all the goals. Like, Marvel really wasn't doing anything.
Yeah. There wasn't Iron Man? Was Iron Man out?
No.
Or was that later?
Oh, that was later. But like, Catwoman was first conceived as a direct spin-off from Batman Returns. And Tim Burton was going to be directing it with Michelle Pfeiffer and at one point Nicole Kidman. And then eventually Halle Berry came on board, but it changed completely, and it's just a weird movie. It is a weird movie. She actually came on board for Catwoman because the James Bond spin-off she was going to star in fell through, so she attached herself to another property.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, look, it hasn't stuck in my mind, so it hasn't really left a lasting impression. However, if she was to go ahead and do another movie, I think I'd go and watch it because I reckon she'd be really good. Much better than Aussie Pixie.
Aussie Pixie?
What's her name?
Minogue?
No.
Nicole
she
Kidman?
She just played
Fuck are you talking about?
Batgirl. She just played Batgirl. Who is it?
Ruby Rose.
Ruby Rose. Why do I want to call her Rosie? Yeah, Ruby Rose.
Rosie.
Yeah, I reckon much better than Rosie.
Well, she was Batgirl. She wasn't Catwoman.
Oh, yeah.
We found ourselves a TikTok moment, people.
There we go. I told you it would come. You just have to be patient. What was I going to say? Getting back onto the superhero thing, I watched Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi
and the 10 Rings. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Loved it.
Sounds like a night at Ben's house.
I'd be there. That sounds pretty interesting. I really liked it.
Did you? I haven't seen it. I'm not in a hurry to see it. I'll probably catch it one day, sooner or later.
It's a lot of CGI, which is, not my favorite thing in the entire world, but the storyline behind it, and I love Awkwafina. I think she's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I loved all of it. I think it was done really well, and it's kind of tying into the whole Doctor Strange part of it as well. So
cool.
Yeah,
well,
big thumbs up on that one.
I'm sure I'll probably enjoy it. I do like the fact that this one kind of, like financially speaking or critically speaking, missed its mark. Like, it kind of, COVID came along, it missed its window of opportunity at the cinemas, kind of got fast-tracked to streaming really quickly or video on demand. And so I kind of like that, though, because that just tempers the expectations. So I'm going to go into it with no expectations at all. And I'll probably enjoy it because it's a standalone kind of movie and not heavily participating in the rest of the MCU.
I think it will. When they do eventually make sequels,
if they do, though, because it's not really done too well performance-wise, I believe.
As in the movie?
Yeah.
I think it was great.
No. I mean, like, critically, financially, I don't think it's really paid off for them. And Marvel,
they might even make like a series or something.
Maybe. Marvel are doing really weird things now. Plus, that like I said to you a few weeks ago, the guy that's the star of that movie has been causing all kinds of problems for Marvel and Disney lately. So
Yeah, I've heard that, and I really enjoyed him in the film. So it's kind of disappointing to think about that.
yeah, like when
he's
you're a
been
lead actor
bit
in
of
a
a dick.
franchise or a movie, like shut your mouth and just do your job.
Yeah, I mean it is. It's your job. That's what you're there for. Sorry,
No one
but
cares what you actually think.
just get your dollars and move on. I really enjoyed his performance, and I think he did a really great job. And he's not hard to look at. So I've really enjoyed him from that perspective. But now that you remind me that he has been a bit of a dick, it's very disappointing. But I'm glad I didn't remember that while I was watching it.
Who ultimately cares? You know, everyone has an opinion, and we don't all have to agree. It's all about what's on screen. And I'll let you know when I get to it what I think of it.
Let me know, because I really liked it.
Yeah, cool. And I like that you said that it's sort of tied in with Doctor Strange in a way, because Doctor Strange is one of the few that I've enjoyed. So
yeah, it's one that I didn't really pay attention to when I watched. So I'm going to have to go back and rewatch that one, because it kind of came at a time where I feel like Benedict Cumberbatch was kind of being a little bit overused. So I was getting a little bit frustrated with seeing him all the time. So
it'll pay off because
attention.
Doctor Strange is heavily included in the new Spider-Man, or featured in the new Spider-Man. So you'll probably want to go back and watch it just to.
Yeah, I think I'll have to, because I definitely will be watching that.
Yar.
Yeah.
What else you got? Anything?
I saw that my boyfriend Channing Tatum is in a new movie, but it's about dogs, so I can't watch it.
You don't watch dog movies. I forgot about that.
I can't watch dog movies. Marley and Me destroyed me.
Is this a sentimental dog movie?
Yeah, he's like a soldier, like a dog trainer from the Soldier.
So this is like Rex. Do you remember that movie Rex?
No, I can't watch dog movies.
Kate Mara, was it? I think.
I've watched 2, and that was Red Dog and Marley and Me, and I can't do it.
That's a shame, don't you? I mean, I know what you're talking about. I know, like that feeling you get, but do you not enjoy a movie connecting with you like that and touching you that way?
I guess that comes as a person who likes to shut down emotionally if we're getting really into it. So things that make me feel very emotional, I don't enjoy watching too much.
No, well then, there's some context for you.
There you go. Yeah, no, I actually try to avoid a lot of stuff that has a lot of emotion, because I don't enjoy crying in movies and showing a lot of emotion. So that's why I tend to go towards the comedies and steer towards that.
So unexpected when it comes to the movie stuff there, because like I love nothing more than to have a sob during a movie. Like, it's the best.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to enjoy it. I don't know what it is. I just can't. I don't enjoy it.
Well, don't watch a dog's journey, because he dies like 12 times in that one.
Is that the one with the guy who looks like Mel Gibson but isn't? What's his name?
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that one, but I heard that was problematic during filming, because they had like a lot of issues with animal cruelty or something.
It was a beat up.
Okay.
Yeah. The instance you're talking about was a scene in particular where a dog is in like a raging rapids, and distressed, but it really was a storm in a teacup, because there were all the animal protection people were on set and said the dog was not in that much distress at all, like it was trained to do this, and it's just that the footage got out and the media ran with it. And
yeah, of course. Yeah, so
I mean they essentially made another film, a sequel, and like a spin-off, so can't have been that bad.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean you'll have to come over and watch My Dog Skip with me.
I can't. That's because Old Yeller is on my list, and I just can't bring myself to do it. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
I'll say I've got a dog here right now. If you
I want to say puppy.
Do that. I was gonna kill it on camera, like so.
Oh my god!
The emotions.
No. Jesus.
Moving on.
Cancelled.
It's funny. All right. Martin Scorsese is to direct a Grateful Dead biopic, or more specifically, a Jerry Garcia biopic with Jonah Hill producing and starring as Jerry Garcia. That has me really excited.
I saw something about this and I want to know why people got so excited. Should I know who Garcia is?
Well, you should know who the Grateful Dead are, perhaps is a better way of putting it.
They're a band, yeah.
They're an incredible band. Like, I'm a huge fan of theirs. That's why I got really excited about this, because I pump their music out a lot, and they came up in the whole 60s psychedelia scene.
Okay.
So they kind of have like a folky rock country kind of vibe, not so much country, more folky, but with a real trippy kind of thing going on there. I just love them, and they're very harmonic. Like, you know, there's a lot of harmonies and stuff going on there. And I mean, Jonah Hill as Jerry Garcia, I can see it. Like, that's the thing. It's just yes, perfect casting. Martin Scorsese's directing is perfect because he's done so many rock documentaries and, you know, docudramas about musicians and whatnot. So perfect. And to have a whole film come out about, you know, the Grateful Dead, that's just exciting.
I can honestly say I've never actually listened to any of their music, but having you describe it like that, I'm very interested because that sounds like my type of music. So I'm going to have a listen tomorrow, I reckon. But I love Jonah Hill, and I'm a huge fan of Jonah Hill. So I saw this and I said I'll watch it anyway because I really like him. So I'm glad you're so excited about it. That's really nice.
There's nothing better than a really good biopic when it's done properly. And, you know, I mean, they can be shit, but when they're done well, and Scorsese, you got faith in him. Like, he loves his music. He loves his, you know, biopics. It's going to be fantastic, I think. Yeah.
He hasn't done much wrong, Scorsese.
No.
So I think it's in pretty sort of trustworthy hands.
I mean, he hasn't done wrong at all, if you think about it. Like, there might be films that you don't like as much, and I don't like The Aviator, but it's a good movie. I just don't like it. Well,
he did The Irishman, didn't he?
Yeah, fantastic movie.
Oh, okay. Yep, fantastic movie.
What didn't you like about that? Like, let's get to that.
Should we start about what... Like, it'd be a shorter list to say what I did like about it.
I don't understand.
I didn't like it.
No, I get that. I don't understand why. I like, you know, you say you don't like something. Why?
It was boring.
Have you watched many Scorsese films?
Yes.
Okay, so you've watched Casino and you've watched Goodfellas?
I've watched Goodfellas. I've watched, what's that one with Leo and Matt Damon. And
The Departed?
Yep.
Yeah.
Love that movie. Love that movie.
Well, The Irishman is like the third piece in his Wise Guys trilogy. So
yeah, but it's boring.
If you say so. I went to like a premiere screening with a few guys. One from the show, Keith, who used to host it with me, and I'll tell you what, we were just in our element the whole way. So good.
Didn't you get distracted by all the face altering? And
it was distracting at first, but once you go with it, it was fine. Because it was the performances behind that really sold it.
Okay.
Because they were still acting, like those actors were still on screen.
Oh, for sure. Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to deny De Niro and Pesci, and I'm not going to deny any of them have.
Pacino's performance in that was just the best. Those scenes when he is cracking it at his lawyers and going to town on them, I think we all had erections. We were just so fucking into that. Fair enough. Moving on.
It didn't blow me away. Anyway. Agree to disagree.
Yeah, totally. What's next?
What's next? Ooh.
That's it. You've run out of things.
I've run out of things. Speaking of Jonah Hill, what's it called? Don't Look Up.
Yeah.
That looks good. Meryl Streep, Leo, Jonah, J-Law, post-apocalyptic, a bloody meteor coming to Earth. It's got everything.
The only thing about the film and all of what you just said that excites me is the concept.
Nothing else excites you about that?
Nope.
Streep, J-Law,
firstly,
sci-fi comedy. It's got everything.
Streep can fuck off.
Oh my God. You just blasphemed the movie gods, right?
And keep going. She can keep going.
Wow. Wow.
Ben and I have had that conversation off mic. I don't think we've committed it to the show yet, but we both feel the same way. It's like we could do without Meryl Streep.
Oh, I just think she's brilliant.
I don't. I think
And
she's...
that's not because she's so popular. I think she's amazing on screen. You think she's overrated? Is that what?
I definitely think she's overrated. I think she's fallen into this. She's become like a demigod. She's kind of fallen into this reputation that I think isn't deserving. I mean, she was great in the 80s and some of the 90s. I'm talking exceptional, but then it all became the same. And she became famous for not winning Oscars. Like, once again, Meryl's nominated for the 24th time. Meryl's nominated for the 30th time. Oh, isn't this funny? And there's a reason she didn't win in my mind. Like, I don't think she was all that good. She's made films I love. She's done performances I love. But I don't get excited about her being in a movie. In fact, it sort of puts me off.
Interesting. I've never really heard that opinion from someone before. I mean, I've met people who don't really have an opinion, but I've never met people who really dislike before.
And this, you may think this is, part of the reason, but she's another one of those performers like the Marvel guy who's just overly opinionated and just pisses people off a lot. And that detracts from her as well. Like, that just adds to my dislike of her. And so I just have no desire to watch her in anything.
Oh. What about Jennifer Lawrence? You think she's overrated too?
I do think she's overrated as an actress. I do like her. I like her personality off camera as well as on camera, but I don't know. I think she hasn't hit her stride fully yet. I think she's got another 30 years in front of her, and we're going to see a lot more from her at a high level. At the moment, I think she's getting there. I mean, I'm going to sound like a douche by saying this. Most people are going to agree with you, without a doubt. But yeah, I don't know. She doesn't excite me yet. Like, I liked her in Joy. That's probably the thing I've liked her in the most. But I've disliked her a few times as well. I'm just impartial, I guess.
I think you're right. She hasn't hit her full potential yet. I think she's fudging brilliant. I'm obsessed with her. I think she's just amazing, but I agree. She's only going to get better, and she's going to have a really long career ahead of her, and I'm excited to see that.
The other thing too is, like, we all sit here and we have these opinions, whether it's Meryl, whether it's Jennifer Lawrence or whatever. Like, they are humans who have their own trajectory in mind, they have their own career in mind, and what they do is their business and none of ours. But I'm not excited by her yet. I was excited when she first hit the scene, when she did Winter's Bone and started to really sort of come up. But then I felt like she kind of plateaued and didn't challenge herself enough. And once again, that sounds so pretentious to say, but
I mean, working with Christian Bale would have been pretty challenging.
I don't think... I hated that movie, and I don't think that Hunger Games did her any favors as far as pushing her craft.
I don't think it pushed her craft, but it definitely projected her in a way that she was seen for more films could project her craft. So I feel like Hunger Games, a popular franchise that I did enjoy, that was a stepping stone for her to be able to do more things that she's better suited to.
Those big franchises quite often tarnish people's careers, and it takes them a long time to shake it off. Like, it really does propel them. Look at the Harry Potter crew, right? It propels them, but then they really spend a lot of years trying to shake off that stigma. And
but some people might not want to shake it off. She might be happy with being
I'm sure she's happy with
that.
everything. I'm sure she's happy with her entire career. Like,
I doubt it.
No, I reckon she would be. I mean, even the things... These people, like, all of us who succeed in certain things don't regret how they got there. It's... Whatever. I'm just rambling.
No, it's fully... what's the word I'm trying to... It's... I don't fucking know. What am I trying to say? You have every right to say exactly what you're saying. It's your opinion.
That's right.
And a lot of people probably agree with you, but
I don't think many would.
That's not me.
I don't think many people would.
That's okay too.
If you back up if you back up these videos, there's very few things people would agree with me on. Really quick, because the clock is catching up to us on this one. Speaking of reboots and remakes, there's a few that have been announced that don't know how I feel about.
Uh-oh.
Firstly, Riders of Justice. Now, this was my favourite film of this year. I think it's the best film by far of the year, and obviously the Americans want their hands on it, so they're gonna remake it. Just don't think it should be done.
What? It's a foreign film, obviously.
Yeah, it's got Mads Mikkelsen, who crosses over between sort of Danish films and American films, and it's a Danish one. He plays a dad seeking revenge for the death of his wife.
Oh, sad.
No, but this is a very funny movie too.
Oh, that's okay then.
And what he does, he enlists the help of 3 computer tech nerds who they're really, really geeky computer nerds who are used to playing video games and think they're fucking heroes, and they just want in on the action, right? But the problem is, once they get in on the action, one, they're in too deep and can't get out, and secondly, they turn into real pussies. Like, it's just...
That sounds really good.
It's great. It's definitely my favorite film of the year, and I don't think the Americans could pull it off with the same sensibilities. They'd have to completely retcon it some way.
Yeah, and then it's just a whole nother movie. So it's so frustrating.
Leave it alone.
Yes.
The other one, which you would not give 2 shits about, is a remake of Pumpkinhead, which is a horror film from the 80s with Lance Henriksen.
I've seen you talk about this. Yeah, I've seen something about this, and it didn't really tickle my fancy, but I did think of you when I saw it.
Yeah, so. I mean, Pumpkinhead's a story of a dad who loses his little boy, and he enlists the help of a witch to bring up a curse that then seeks revenge on the people that killed the son. And the problem is that gets out of hand, and the witch sort of goes on a rampage of murder, and the dad then has to try to take it all back. It's a cool movie, kind of important in horror terms back in the day.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see it being done as a remake, but why? Just do something new.
Yep.
And then Under Siege, the Steven Seagal movie, is getting redone as well.
Oh. Why?
The question is, will it be a sequel or a reboot? They have been ambiguous about that.
Oh, I see. Is it a standalone movie, that one, or?
No, there's 2 in that franchise, in that series.
Yeah, okay. Yep. So either it's going to be a trilogy or it's going to be a remake.
Yeah, I mean, if they did a reboot, that would be great. Like, as in, not a reboot, like what are they called when they shoehorn sort of a sequel and a continuation at the same time?
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess
Steven
that's a
Seagal
reboot.
is going to be in it, or?
That would be hilarious, because he's big and fat, and he he throws people down with the touch of his finger. What a legend.
That'd be quite funny to see.
I know, he could just have like a packet of dimmies or something and just sort of, eat dimmies with one hand and fucking kill people with the other.
Why whenever I picture Steven Seagal, do I hear him with a Sylvester Stallone voice? Are they similar, or?
No, that's on you.
Oh, okay. Oh, well.
But Steven Seagal back in the 90s was just like the best. Like, those Steven Seagal movies back then were just awesome.
But wasn't he still a dick? Like, wasn't he just like...
Not really.
Dick, or?
I mean, he proved to be a dick in the end, but like, he was, all those action stars were dicks. Schwarzenegger was a dick, Stallone was a dick, Bruce Willis was a dick.
He's
was
a bit of a dick still.
Yeah.
You hear some stories.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, the stories about Seagal are just gloriously awful.
Oh, God. I can honestly say I'm not a consumer of his work, so that's probably why I'm getting him mixed up with Sly. But
well, you have to watch Under Siege, like Tommy Lee Jones. Oh,
I like him.
And it's directed by Andrew Davis, who made The Fugitive, amongst others. Like, he's a good action director.
Movie.
Yeah, okay. Under Siege is Under Siege was originally like Die Hard 3, because it was Die Hard on a Navy ship.
Oh.
And it got turned into its own thing. And
why didn't you say that from the beginning? I would have been sold literally with that sentence.
Steven Seagal plays the chef on the ship, who has a very big history of like being a Navy SEAL and all that kind of stuff. So
he's the Cuba Gooding Jr.
What?
Pearl Harbor? He's the chef on the Navy ship? Sorry, keep going.
He's the John McClane of the ship.
Sorry, keep going.
I'm glad you tickled your own fancy.
That's all I could think about. I don't know why.
But anyway, terrorists come onto the ship, take it over, and and they don't realize there's a chef down in the galley that's sort of, like John McClane was in The Office. They didn't realize, and same story, same structure, but just really well made.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then number 2 takes place on a train.
On a plane, on a train, on a boat, in a car, in a box.
I know. I'm waiting for the tram. That'll be a good one.
The free one that goes through all the historic sites.
Yes, and you can have dinner on it.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah. Imagine that terrorists take over the dinner tram.
He's having a beautiful anniversary dinner with his wife, and then all of a sudden terrorists decide to take over the tram.
He's the chef. He's the chef.
Oh, he's the Cuba Gooding Jr. of the tram.
Hey, this ain't no boat trip.
Oh, man. I'm glad we think we're funny, because I don't know if anyone else does.
We're not. Trust me. TikTok famous, maybe.
Oh, well, I mean.
But we're out of time.
Oh, man, again?
I know. It's been fun, though.
That's been a good one.
Take us out with a song.
Da 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 da.
Can't believe you did it.